One more vaunted MidcoSN Game Ball brought to you by Avera Orthopedics to hand out this season. What a season it's been. We've handed the game balls out to Grant Johnson, Nick Whitler, Garrett Stout, Brady Hawkins, Tate Johnson, Ryan Wojcik, Michael Prado, and last week to Chase Mason. Just one more to give out this year, and trust me, this was maybe the toughest week to pick out because there were so many great performances. But we will start that list right now with Jessi Hastings, and I feel bad, Jessi. You make the top performers list each and every week and have yet to get a game ball. I might have to send you an honorary one, but 268 yards and 5 touchdowns in a playoff game against Chamberlain. I mean, you've done your part. We just have to do our part to get you one. But this week on the top performers list, TJ Head out of Lower Brule. I mean, Michael Prado gets all the credit here for running on those touchdowns, but 9 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in their playoff win over Cheyenne Eagle Butte. Joey Hedrick in a losing cause, but he did it all. 157 yards, 3 times he found the end zone, and get this, he also caught 7 passes for 93 yards. Levi Larson out of Irene-Wakonda showed up big in his first-round playoff game. He did it through the air, 7 of 15 passing, 220 yards and 3 touchdowns, but then he also added 200 more yards on the ground with 3 more touchdowns. Who does that? Well, Levi Larson does that. Michael Loera-Prado. Where do we even start with you, Michael? 12 rushes in the game, and 7 of those for touchdowns. He literally was only tackled 5 times in the entire game, and he averaged 43 yards per carry for 564 yards. How does that not get a game ball? It's because we already gave you one, Michael. Otherwise, this performance goes down in the books as one of the best I've seen in person, that's for sure. 8 touchdown day for Mr. Loera-Prado. Eli Longville out of Dell St. Mary. His team scored 70 points. He had a lot to do with that. 5 touchdowns on the day. He ran for over 200 yards. And oh, by the way, 13 tackles and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. All of these are game ball worthy. These are tremendous numbers. The receivers had a big day on this list, and it starts with Hunter Merkley out of Sioux Falls, Lincoln. He took 3 passes to the house, 7 catches on the day for 184. His quarterback, Tommy Thompson, knows he can get it to Hunter Merkley for a big play. Clayton Randall II, also known as Junior, for Harriet Selby, had a huge day, 27 rushes, 260 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Also plays a prominent role on that defense as they got the road win in the playoffs against Langford. Dawson Schmidt out of Watertown. Every week, this guy is putting up huge numbers for a team that isn't necessarily one of the top teams in 11 AAA. Well, he had 7 catches for 149 and 2 touchdowns. Got his team into double overtime, where Watertown got a thrilling victory against Aberdeen Central. Dawson has had a tremendous year for the Arrows. Hunter Van Nieuwenhuis of Burke had a career day. You can't do much better than this. 9 completions, only 10 attempts, 306 yards through the air, and threw 6 touchdowns. And they also got a road victory in the playoffs, beating Kimball Whitelake. He has got 19 touchdowns on the year with just 1 interception. That's a tremendous ratio. Nick Whitler out of Sully Buttes. I mean, we take for granted what Nick Whitler brings to the table every week. He ran for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns, and also threw for 3 touchdowns. So another ho-hum 7 touchdown day for Nick Whitler. That leaves us with the Week 9 game ball winner, and we needed some help this week. We had to go with context because all of these numbers were so tremendous. His numbers stand alone and pretty good with 187 receiving yards and 5 receptions and a touchdown, but how he did it and who he did it against gives him the game ball. Logan Ellingson of Dell Rapids. He has single-handedly kept his team afloat. They were playing the #1 team in their class in T. They were down by a couple scores. He came back, caught some big passes down the field, and he did it from their backup quarterback. This guy stepped up in a huge way. He also caught the 2-point conversion that gave them the 1-point win in the final minutes of this game. So Logan Ellingson, keep on ballin'. Congratulations on your MidcoSN Game Ball.